Aries, nice to see you. What is Pluto doing on your chart and how's it going over there? So, 10th house, right? So, 10th house is where you are experiencing the Pluto experience. If you are rising, moon, or sun in Aries, and most likely your houses are not proportionate, but bear with me. If you've got 10th house Pluto happening in Capricorn between 2008 and 2023, this is a forecast for you. What's going on? This is a collective forecast as well, because what you are experiencing is what we are experiencing, as you are the face of the zodiac. You're the first house and how we identify. So, career. Career's got Pluto at home. So, what's happening there? Basically, we as a collective, and you too, are experiencing trouble at home due to our career being number one, okay? We are putting ourselves on the line. If Pluto is in Capricorn, all right, that means our Cancer house is a bit struggling, all right, or it's a bit under siege. And as you would have probably noticed, if you've got any Cancerian friends around you, if you've got any Cancer in you, you would have noticed that Cancer aspects are not really pulling the same way they used to. They're not really with the laugh and the jest since 2008. Things are a little bit serious and a little bit stoic because everything here is getting pulled towards Pluto. Pluto in the 10th. Capricorn is pulling Pluto towards understanding things in a very strange way. You are no one unless you are competing. You are nothing unless you're building. And you really certainly are not going to amount to anything unless you've got a career. This is a general gist of things and the general vibration of this planet. Now, what is a career? This is a very harsh question, but you see, career for us human beings is just to be able to be alive and to be here, because that is our pure purpose. And an even purer purpose is to do something fun and enjoy it. So that is the career. If you can do something fun and enjoy it, it doesn't really matter what it is. But you see, we've been directed and deviated into a purposeful race where you cannot just live without a purpose. So what do, my dear, delicious, delightful Aries? And all your purity and all your force and laughter of all things, this is a very strange time where you can't laugh at things to do with purpose sometimes. There's part of you that cannot handle the idea of purpose, or otherwise cannot see life without it, but at the same time struggle and pull itself into and push itself out of really weird circumstances, all to try and solidify within itself some kind of meaning. Meaning for Aries, my dear, is like water for fish, okay? Meaning for you, oh no, it doesn't sound right. Meaning for you is like justifying why a roof is on the house. It doesn't make sense. You see, it's an oxymoron. You don't need meaning. It's ridiculous. You don't have to have it. You are, and that is truth, and that's purity. So a career for an Aries, what does it mean really? It just means competition, butting heads, and completely dissolving your ego by futuristically loving yourself too much in the future and not enough in the present or past especially. What are you going towards? Is that becoming a lot more important and symbiotic than your past? Are you really giving yourself the time to stop and see, have I got, oh God, I've done a lot. Look at me. I've changed completely. Look at how much I've done. Look at how much I've changed. But you don't care because you know your true calling in life, Aries, really is yourself. It's just being that rambunctious, delightful person, and eventually you will be in some way self-employed. Through this process, you are basically redefining employment for all of us, my dear friend, and we are struggling to follow you as we are still trying to understand why and how can we work without having to be with somebody powering us through like a team, or without having to be underneath somebody like a slave driver of some sort, okay? We are still trying to come to terms. What is it to be self-employed? And what is it to be self for a job? Self for a job is your perplexity. You want to be something. You just want to be it. And that is basically to be yourself. And it's really going to be very healing for us all to know this. Is that collective of human beings, we have no clue what it is to be ourselves because we don't even know who we are yet. We don't know how our body functions, okay? We don't know how, to poop, even. We don't even know that we need squatting toilets to emit our bowel movements easily, for example, right? In the Western world. We don't even know that gluten is not good for our systems, okay? We don't even know that a cow milk is not for fully grown human beings, it's for baby cows, okay? We don't know these things yet. We don't understand them. We still don't know why, but we're still consuming things and putting things into our systems that are not compatible with our bodies, let alone know what a human being is here for. We don't even know how to power this machine properly, okay? We don't know how to breathe properly. We don't know how to dress properly. We don't know anything. We don't know anything. We're just babies, okay? So basically, this transit of Pluto is pushing you into self-knowing, my friend. And it is not going to come easy because you've got a notion of career that human beings have evoked by themselves, for themselves, through themselves, okay? As a guidance mechanism to just better understand who you are, okay? So you've got a few different ideas. 2008 or 2023, you would have been completely blown apart. You've been like mind blown. I could be an actor, or I could be a singer, I could be a writer, I could be a power player, I could be this and that. And you're like a kid and you're like, Mom, Dad, what do you want to be, Scotty, when you grow up? Oh, Mom, Dad, I want to be a fireman, or like, I want to be a prince, or no, I can't say that. I want to be a ballerina. No, boys can't be ballerinas. I want to be a firefighter. I want to be a astronaut. You see what you're doing? Basically, Aries is trying to comply to mommy and daddy especially. Okay, we've got Capricorn energy. We've got Pluto energy. What is that? Okay, so Capricorn is the father. Pluto is the birther, the sperm. It's the father as well. It's the desire to father another. Okay? You got father frequency happening all over your career. You got the patriarchal rule of you. Now, if you're a woman like me, and you've got a secondary ascendant, and when I say, like, say for example, I've got my first ascendant in Scorpio because I was born in Russia. My secondary ascendant in this part of the world, in Australia, in Melbourne, Australia, is Aries. I will make a whole video for secondary ascendants if you don't live where you belong, okay? When you got a secondary ascendant of Aries especially, for example, you'll feel like you really want to fit into this society because you've never really had that dad or that father figure perhaps in some way to tell you what to do or to be, and now you're kind of craving it, okay? Craving of the father, that physical masculine presence, not necessarily as a lover or like a live-in person, but somebody who will guide you, okay? And this is what's going to go on for a lot of people in this lifetime. This is going to be the biggest illusion of their lives, okay? To go and look for some big guru guy with a beard, in his 50s, to tell them who they are, to tell them why they need to succumb to a certain belief, okay? To tell them why they need a certain career, why they need to get the good marks at school, why they are alive, okay? We're looking for the daddy, we're looking for the Christian biblical idea of God, Jesus. We're looking for something else to basically put us in our place, you see. But we cannot do that without being ourselves, because ourselves is our place, all right? So basically, what are we doing? Aries and a collective. We are basically uniting with the Father from 2008 or 2023 in some way that is operating through us. So the father figure that we've had in our lives will really, even if he's dead, even if he's alive, that father, that paternal archetype will power you in a big way, okay? It will bring to you the decision to live or die sometimes. It'll give you the opportunity to feature in a war, or like really give yourself up for another, okay? If there is a big guy up there, and he's looking down on you, any kind of system where there's like men run, by Patriarchal system, okay? Patriarchal system will push you into any kind of situation where you don't really belong, just to know that you don't, okay? So basically, without further ado, I'd like to quickly understand why. Okay. Quickly understand why that happens. Well, it's because we've had a long time coming of this patriarchal cycle. Basically, we need to understand within ourselves why we are here. What is it within us that is beautiful? What is it within us that is completely divine? And we cannot really get it until we can be free of patriarchy or matriarchy, just anything that is going and governing to us exactly what we need to be and what we need to be doing. Now, how do we do that? We basically do that through thinking, oh, my dad was this, I should be like my dad, and doing things like your father sometimes, and then falling on your face and being like, I resent this, I'm not my dad. Or like, my dad would have really respected, or like, the patriarchal system of this country really respects people that look like this and go like this to work and then do this thing. That's not working, that's actually suppressing me, making me really sick and unbalanced, especially if you've got like an Aries moon that doesn't know emotion until it's breaking down, okay? Until it's physically impossible to hold emotion in. Oh, I should be this and wear this suit and go to work. That feels terrible, okay? So basically it's trial and error. We are looking through ourselves, we're looking through portals in our society in which we can fit. You're like, can I fit in here? Nope, I can't. Oh, like my dad always thought that I'd be a good artist. Could I try this? Oh yeah, I'm trying this. This is good. I feel like my dad when I'm drawing. Nope, that failed. I couldn't do it. I couldn't contain it. Why? And the worst thing that we can do is persecute ourselves for not being in a position of power when we're following our fathers or following the patriarchal system. If we are like going, oh, dope, I didn't do it. I am a bad person. I'm a bad son or I'm a bad daughter for not completing this task and not getting the big money or the big place or whatever. We are biting ourselves. We are really dishonoring everything that we've become. So anyway, without further ado, this is the 2008 to 2023 really brief prognosis of what did happen, what is happening, and what will happen in the future. Very exciting. 2008, Aries in a collective. 2007 did not end on a very bright note. Perhaps you felt a little bit bored. You've discovered yourself and you've been through enough and you decided that you were this and that was fine. It didn't have to be anything. You were just having a good time. By 2008, although you were free within yourself, you kind of didn't really want to be this anymore. Okay, you didn't want to be this like person that bums around and just has fun all the time. Okay, by 2008, you were like, fuck, I really need to get my bills paid. I really need to get my shit together. I really need to be somebody who's honorable and who can stick to an idea or a job or some kind of like a fictional thing. So by 2008, you would have been putting yourself, straining yourself, forcing yourself into something. 2008 would have given you an opportunity and the door would have been very well opened for you in some way, giving you a small place, a small tiny place in a company or a small place in some kind of a business or a small career choice. Okay, so you think, this is all I am. I hope I can get this. And you got this in 2008. Your will would have brought you there. By 2009, you would have been a little bit bored, at least, and you would have done a lot of different things outside of the career that were perhaps mindless or ridiculed by your workers, by workers, or ridiculed by you. You were just a ridiculous person on fire when you were not at work because you were bored. 2010 would have brought you a lot of information and stagnation. You would have gone through a lot of different feelings and different statures and different ridicule from your co-workers by 2010. And you would have done a lot of different things in order to keep yourself together. By 2011, you were out, you were gone, and you were completely slamming something, spending time or money, spending, worthless nights, worthless cabarets, worthless bars or cigars. You would have given yourself up to just like one type of cigar or like one type of dress. 2011, it would have been like, okay, I don't want this, I just want this for the rest of my life. And it would have been something completely nonsensical. like a bar where you would have frequented every single day or something like that by 2011, or some kind of an opportunity would have come up which would have given you very little for your overall growth, but was like a break. Okay, this is my haven, this is my safe place. By 2012, you would have felt a little bit enlightened by giving yourself that choice. And then by 2013, you would have felt a little bit drab, like down it goes. Everything just goes down. Everything in your life is just down. Then you would have just been feeling like you didn't worth anything in the end. Like, this is the end, and here I am, okay? By 2014, you would have felt a lot of different energies in the air and very excitable about them, because you saw that part of yourself in 2014 which brought you to your knees. Okay, Aries and collective, you would have thought something was great and something was deeper than meaning. By 2015, it all crumbled or crashed. It became something else. It became something completely else, and gave you a future which was brighter than you imagined, but by that time you didn't believe it was so. By 2016, you would have done it. Okay, this is the year to do it. You would have done it. Your dash. If you think you're a writer, write. If you think you're a poet, say the words. You know, if you think you're a dancer, dance. This is the time. You just do it. You just get it out. If you think you are a clerk, clerk. If you think you are a rubbish disposal person, work. You know, and you've just got to do it. You think you are this, so you think you are this, 2016 says. And you say yes. And then you just do it. You just do it without much thought, okay? 2017 will bring you disturbance, like a despot type feeling, like you're a despot. So becoming angry for no reason, like I've done this and I've cared for you or for this person and this is what I get, like almost like this is all that I've accomplished. Is this all that I've done? So 2017 is a revelation and almost like an anger. Like you can actually, if you are really focused on your job, okay, and if you've always wanted to be what you are, especially if you've got a hard placing with Mars and Rahu, okay? Say you got Rahu in your 6th house, you know, say you've got Mars in your 12th, okay? And if you've decided that your work was not worth its weight, if you decided that what you did in 2016 was frivolous and stupid, by 2017 people could be committing crime or some kind of suicide attempts because they don't feel worthy, okay? It's going to be collective. Now, if you are in the suppressed mind and you are going in a circle, like everything is the same every day, this is really going to be potent. If you're somebody who's got a release, like they got spirit or they got love, they got a church, they got something else, they will be fine. But for somebody who's really in a circle, 2017 will come to a very strange conclusion for them. 2018, bring yourself out. It's a good time to grieve, but not a very good time to stay there. If you have any feelings about your career, your past, or you've been investing yourself into grief, and then just let it out. Let it go. 2018, grief, just quickly, just get really down for like a day, and then get really up. So it's like quick release. 2019 is not a good time to speculate. Just get it out. You've gone and through it and you've really done it, and whatever you thought that wasn't worth it will actually bring it up, okay? 2019, things will flourish surprisingly. You think you could never do it, you are going to do it in 2019. Whatever you think is too good for you right now, 2019 is going to make it easy. 2020, giving you more power and giving you more radiance, because you can, and you don't even need to be there, but you are. 2021 is going to bring you great prosperity of speaking over people. Okay, 2021, you can actually tell people to shut up and listen. 2021, a lot of us will actually find that feeling inside, and I have a hunch that 2021 is going to be a very deluded style war type scenario where people are trying to combat the government or something. But 2021, we've got balls, we've got steel, we've really got heart to proclaim something as itself. 2022, though, will bring you a delusional discussion where 2022 people are put into work or put into some kind of a position where they can't use what they've been given. They don't really care about it. They just kind of throw it to the side. Okay. But then 2023, you'll see that it's good. Everything that you've had in the past has been good. You're just here and you're welcoming and you're set. By 2023, we should know what we want out of our careers or out of our building of ourselves, out of our understanding of who we've come to be. We should really grow into great maturity by 2023. Anyway, you guys, thank you for listening to this long-winded approach to Pluto through the 10th house of work. And what does it mean to have Pluto and Capricorn for the collective and for the lovely Aries? Thank you so much for listening. Subscribe, like, comment, go to my website and have a look at my videos and things like that. And if you like it, you can book me for a seminar or a reading or something like that. I'll be happy to oblige. Thank you very much.